Good morning and welcome back to the Coin King channel. I am your host, Down to Crypto TA. Um, we got a little bit of a bounce yesterday, and we've actually come back down to that golden pocket 786 level. Also, that's going to be our VWAP. As you'll see, yesterday we did get the bounce from our VWAP. And I got this on the wrong chart, so just give me a second here. Let me check back over here on this one as well. There we go. We got our bounce off of our VWAP here yesterday. We talked about VWAP as a potential. We talked about the momentum line here as a potential, and then the 786 here as a potential as well. So VWAP happened to give us that pop. Also, there was a little bit of a liquidity grab here as well. So either one of those would have done just fine, but VWAP hit for that yesterday on that bounce. And as you can see, we did pull back down. We're inside of the golden pocket. 786 pulled from the low to the high. We're getting a little bit of a bounce. I'm still seeing that the 1 hour time frame is a little bit bearish. So this could just be a dead cat bounce and we get another move to the downside. So just be aware of that and just give me a moment while I set some other things in motion. I didn't realize I had my charts on the wrong had this on the wrong charts here. I highlighted the resistance last night as well. I put out a message on X as we came into resistance here. I'll show you here from the 15-minute time frame. We came into this resistance right here, and I'll let you know, hey, you're at that resistance. Start to look for your lower high from here. And you were just in time because price action the candle was still green here in this range. It was right over here. And we got the first pullback, and then we tapped it like 3 additional times for that rejection. Big liquidity grab happened right here. I thought that when we got this liquidity grab right here, it's going to make it a little bit easier for price action to get that move to the upside. But we were just bear diving here, as you can see, with these lower highs here on the RSI as well. So yeah, again, we're starting to pick up a little bit of momentum in here on the 1 hour time frame, and I'm really just thinking we're going to get here into this 786, potentially back test these lows in here, and then possibly get another little push to the downside. We do have some data today as well. I'm going to keep us on the 30-second chart though. It can look a little bit choppy, like those candles. Ooh, boy, they tell you something about that liquidity right here. These candles. I want to drop this down a little bit, and I need to move. I'm just kind of following along here. All right, so that's where we are. And I have it because we're above the 200. If you wanted to scalp, if you wanted to take some scalps, you could do that long. I would look at the longs right now since we are above the 200 here on this 30-second time frame. And you'll see the lines pop up. Ignore the ones that are for shorts, at least until we start to get back below that 200. I could probably make this a little bit better. Let me see what the 1 minute time frame is doing. Oh, I don't think I like the 1 minute. I'm really feeling the 30-second chart. And these candles can get petty sometimes. You can barely see them. We're almost in that golden pocket too. Let me see. Let me just go ahead and add that so you can see. We just tapped it. we broke back below this momentum line here as well. So that may have been it for us. But I mean, we're sitting so close to that golden pocket 786 in here. You can still do it on a scalp basis like that. But just be aware that price may not come down as much, and we're still above the 200 in here also. Let's see here. I hope no one got wrecked yesterday. It's a bunch of long stepping in here right now, so it might be a little bit of a problem. Let me just turn that off right there. But you can see it's a bunch of longs in here at the moment. So that's incentive for the move down, just like when you have a bunch of shorts in here, that can be the incentive for the move up. And again, a bunch of longs were in here on this whole move down right here, and that was great incentive to continue pushing the price to the downside, at least until we got to that VWAP. So shout out to VWAP. Aside from that, here with Bitcoin, let's see what we got in here. 4 hour, I think the 4 hour is still holding the 200, but it's very close to probably breaking here. But this is one of our support levels right here that we were looking at, and this is the other one right here. It's kind of iffy right in here yesterday. I don't need this over here on this chart right here though. This is the main golden pocket right here, and then that 786 pulled from this low to this high right here. Um, this still looks good, even though it doesn't change the fact that we can still come back down here towards those slower moving averages and tap those. I don't know why this consistently pops up in here. Maybe I could leave it on. Let's see. See if there's anything in here I would use. Nah, it's good. Get rid of that. See how we're looking inside of our Bollinger here. Yeah, we're just still holding that 20 SMA, which is great. And again, I tell you, if we lose this 20 SMA, which, has this, trend line that's running through it perfectly, confirming that if we break it, that we could be looking here for our next level of support. And you can see that number right over here, that 87,351. It's around about that number right now. So that could be our next level of support here for a bounce. And then, of course, our final one is going to be returning all the way back to the standard deviation 2 here on the Bollinger. And if we start to break that, then we're expanding and expect for that liquidity down here to be taken. If we start to move aggressively, then I'll plot that. You can see where we're going. Yeah, very choppy getting up here, hitting those lows right now for Biddy. That was the part that I didn't want to see happen. I didn't want to see us get pushed back below this resistance and then have the same struggle that we were having before with these wicks just trying to get above. I mean, we were doing pretty decent at this point at the top side here, but I mean, yeah, we're just back to chopping these lows. So that's the same resistance posted last night or yesterday evening, whenever that was, when we got that push up there. I have been stopped out of my long position, and I haven't considered re-entering just yet. I could have when we hit the golden pocket again, but I just let it go ahead and take me out of the trade. And again, these lines are going to be your long signals. And as long as we're above this 200, they're pretty good to go. I'll let you know when you need to leave that alone. We start seeing some bear deals or something like that, then you don't want to mess with it. Like I said, we're probably going to get up here into this 786. It's going to be much higher up there. 786 is going to be around 90,000. 90,000, 830, 34 or 835. Right now, you don't need to get chopped up. We are kind of curving on this golden pocket, though. That's a bear div right there. And we back tested the trend line that we initially got the breakdown from. So maybe this right here will be an actual rejection. I'm going to pull another fib to see what we might end up coming to. And the liquidity sweep as well. Yeah, again, if it did manage to, I mean, I like the bear div. I could readjust this trend line. Yeah, I think we come down from here with the rejection from that golden pocket there. Liquidity sweep of the high and a back test of the momentum line. And we're basically just, still inside of our daily range from yesterday. Okay, it said no. It said no. Looks like we're putting in a rising structure. It's 3 green candles in the past 3 hours. Let me check something. It's quite bullish when you can break up out of a rising structure. Let me see if I need to move this. And just let me know if the 1 hour bugs you. I mean, the 30-second bugs you, because I can change that time frame. I just got a preference for it right now. See that big liquidity grab that we got? Well, yeah, I talked about that too, but that was crazy when we got that crazy candle yesterday, grabbing that liquidity up top. Let me change this number right here now. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's 6 minutes on this candle, but so far it's a top and tail. Let's see. If you pop out one like this one right here, and you can see how price went climb back above it. It's kind of kind of strong, but price has to go back above it first. But it's kind of strong. If it's reclaimed. Let me find something with a little less noise. Let me see. I'm gonna make the chart a little less noisy. I'm gonna put it on the 3 minute. It's a little less noisy here on a 3 minute time frame. I'm gonna turn that one off. And I'll just go back to that time frame if I need to. Yeah, it's a lot better. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That's a nice bull dig down through there. Take a look at Ethereum. Oh gosh, it's totally reset. I don't know why. I reset my PC last night. No, this morning, to try to eliminate any lag that might come in. I don't know how good that's working, but and then I went through and I had to redo all of my charts, and now it wants to keep flipping. This is daily. No, it's 15 minutes. Solana's doing pretty good. I'm gonna share something with you on that Solana chart here. So let me get this back to how I had it. sure that hasn't changed. 73, 74, 75. It's kind of weird. None of this looks like it was hitting a 75. But yet, I got numbers in here. Huh, that's weird. Oh, I see why. Sorry for the delay. My computer's being a little weird right now. I gotta straighten all of this stuff out. And believe it or not, I've been up since 2:30. On this PC, meddling with these charts. You can't tell right now, but I have. All right, so we're just at a standstill right now. Market's trying to make a decision. All right, so Ethereum chart basically just in between standard deviation 1 and 2 here of the VWAP. And just like Bitcoin, it got a pullback here. Actually came into the 786 instead of the golden pocket. It's hitting the resistance lows in here at the moment. I didn't really see anything. Yeah. 1 hour momentum is coming up, but it hasn't necessarily full. Yeah, it's coming up, but we haven't changed any structure in here on the 1 hour, on the 15-minute time frame just yet. But it's definitely making an attempt to come up. We are below the 200 on the 15-minute time frame, so that's a no-go for me right there. Yeah. Let me just make sure we are. I'm gonna check my two favorite ones just to see. Okay, so we're hitting the 200 on this one right here. Cool. And then here, 200 is all the way up here. So, yeah. We already got that break. I'm just going to do it like that. It looks like we're putting in some, no, yeah, a little bit of bear divvies. Yeah, but that was everything last night. So yeah, this doesn't count. That was everything last night, putting in the bear divvies, holding a high. So that's good. You see what we do start to break our support level at here would be 3,045. We start to break that. Guess I could do this a little bit different. Let me just take in this entire candle right here. Yeah. And do it like that. Just to give us some room. Yeah, nothing has changed since yesterday, as you can see. And we are still just ranging inside of our candle from yesterday. So this is just an inside bar at the moment. Then we'd be looking for this to either break our downside or break our upside here on the daily I'm sorry, daily candle, break to the upside or downside. In fact, I think I need to fix that. I need to fix it in here probably. I thought I did it earlier. I didn't. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this down here for our low, and then that's the week. All right. And then that's our previous day high right there. Yep, I think that does us right there. So previous day high is all the way up here where VWAP is at. That's interesting. And I don't think I needed to change this WAP in here either. Let me see what happens if I do. Just want to see if it's going to make sense. I mean, I know that I was focusing on this because we're inside of this range from here up. We're just ranging. But let me see what difference it makes if I do it like this. I can tell you I don't like it. Not one bit. Yeah, and stick to this. All right, we're breaking below our chart is so choppy. Yeah, we're breaking that wedgie structure that we had on Bitcoin. I don't know why it's not showing up over here. I want to make sure we're actually breaking it. Let me just go with the lower line in here, and we are. And I can see that too. I just want to make sure we're not going to put in any bull divs in here because this could be a fake out right here. It almost feels like it, that it's a fake out. Not a fake out, just a failed breakdown. I hate to say fake out. Failed breakdown potentially here. I think it's going. It's going. Yeah. Yeah, we literally broke. No, we're gonna come back up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be wishy washy. It looks like we're gonna come back up on this right here. It is kind of. I mean, we broke the momentum in here. It's just one more thing I like to see. Because when we're staying above here, we're just usually continuing the trend to the upside. So a lot of times this won't make any difference. And like right now, it is sort of a bullish divvy down here. So I like to see this one right here break, especially when I can see that potential bullish divergence may be coming into play. So if it breaks this one right here, then that'll help me confirm that we're going down. But otherwise, yeah, it's just sideways for now. You can see how we're even stalling right here on this candle. I was trying to pay attention to that 30-second chart. But I think that we go, yeah. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I like to see this right here get broken because as long as we're holding above this one right here, then for me that means that the trend is still intact. You're just getting a little bit of a correction. Now at some point it will validate. We could come back up this time and actually put in some bear divs in here. Then that'll validate us getting the move to the downside. And the only other way I'll use this when we're not staying above here is if we're dropping below the dash down here or breaking above the dash, then those can be good entries right there. So I will take the entry off of that. But otherwise, if it's around this line up here, holding above the top side of this line, then the trend hasn't exactly lost all of its momentum just yet. It might be fading, but it hasn't lost it until it actually breaks down below here. Just kind of like over here. You can see how we broke down below it right here. And so that gave us this whole tumble down. And then we stayed underneath it at least until we started hitting these right here. And the more depth we are into it, the more I like it. Like this, and then I'll start to use both of them to see if I got a bear div on the first move back up, which is typical to get a bear div on the first move back up. But then on the second one, we're below here. Yeah, I'm looking for that move to the upside from there. So that's a back test and a possible rejection right here. Back test, possible rejection from where we got the breakdown from. I just need to confirm. I just need for that to confirm for me. I just know that on that 30-second, we were still holding that 200. And I like to see for that to lose that 200. We might be holding at 200 on this right here, honestly. No, 200 is well above our heads. We also rejected off of 200 EMA. Not 200, but 120 EMA in there as well. We're below. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drop it like it's hot. And those are the signals that I turned off because it was just noisy for a second there. And let me just see where this fib is going to come in play at. It's a lot lower than I was anticipating if we're going to get that. That would be a lot lower. And this is just still holding the 1 hour low. The prior candle low. We broke the first one. You know what? Let me just add that little letter. On 1 hour low. I hope they don't come with any buffoonery today. I gotta fix this Solana chart again as well. I don't know what's wrong with TradingView, but sometimes it'll reset and it'll reset all of your settings and I mean, yeah, and there's really nothing you can do about it. You can complain, but there's nobody to complain to because there is no customer service support, really. Not really. There's no customer service support. I hate how we're Chop City right now. But we are so Chop City. 7. 7, 6, 24. Okay. That's a good idea. I need to do that on Bitcoin chart as well. So we can see where we invalidate the validate the bearishness at. Let's see. Solana held that high like a champ. Well, not that high, but the momentum, our line through here, our trend line through here, it held it like a champ on that back test. I'm telling you, let's take a look at that. It held it like a champ. We was looking at this yesterday, and we were saying that it was holding here, and we wanted to see, make sure that it held. We had that. It was a 50. Hold on, accidentally tapped something else. Wanted to make sure it held. I think it was the 50 in here that we were looking at. And I was like, no, it's 382. So it was holding the 382, which is crazy because holding the 382 is bullish, right? Holding the 382 is bullish. And it held that 382 like a champ where everything else was coming down. It held it like a champ. And I was like, if we lose this 382, look down here to the golden pocket, 786, either one of these two right here. But it held this 382 like a champ. And I can tell you right now, Solana versus Ethereum is looking pretty bullish. I'm loving that chart. Take a look at that chart with you too. Ooh, I wanted to do it just then and there, and it's like, hold on, I gotta. You can see how nice it's still looking over here as opposed to Ethereum was looking at the weekly time frame. It didn't have these two green candles, and Solana is really holding. So Solana's getting a lot of love right now. And again, Solana could be a meme coin thing too. Meme coins are doing well. Solana's going to be doing well. So, and yeah. I mean, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So what I did over here on this Solana chart right here is the white ones, they're going to be either your bullish and bearish ones. On the red ones, I just set in the bearish ones. So that means if price comes up and it actually takes out one of these right here, then, strength is in the chart. So I just modified it to this one. I'm still looking bear. I mean, for me personally, because I told you I got stopped out on my long position when we came back down here into the golden pocket. I didn't even do the VWAP buy yesterday, so the golden pocket. And once we came back down into that took me out of my trade. So right now I'm just kind of sitting on the sidelines with my short still in play. I will make a decision here soon about getting back into a long, but right now we're underneath the 200 on the 15. We're underneath the 200 on the 1 hour. We're directly at it on the 4 hour time frame, and so I don't want to entertain a new long just yet. Just yet, the chart gives me something. If I see anything shift in here, then by golly, yeah, I will do something. Maybe on this next tap back down for Bitcoin, that could be where I want to take it from. So if we come back down to that golden pocket 786 on Bitcoin, that's going to be where I want to take it from. Okay, thank you. I was thinking it was going to reset on me again, but that'll be right in here. So if we end up coming back down into here, I'll reassess the chart and then I'll consider getting into the long position right here. If it looks nice at that point, I'll actually take it. And again, the only reason why I didn't take this particular move over here was just because I didn't like what the 1 hour was looking like. I just didn't like this right here. I mean, on the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, I just didn't like this right here. So getting the bounce up and still trading, the moving average still being below here, it didn't entice me to want to take the long from right here. So I'm just gonna, sit here and wait for it to come back down, tap into here, and then if it crosses up, then I'm gonna get a take a move in it. But I don't want to be taking moves and then I'm putting in bear divs in here on my 15-minute time frame or 1 hour time frame or whatever, and then it not play out. So that's the reason for me not doing that. And I got to over trading yesterday. I was on that 30-second time frame, and I got to over trading yesterday. I was loving it too. I was loving it, and then I realized the feeds were not helping, but I was loving it. All right, let's see, about 1 minute 20 something left on this candle right here. Should probably put this on a 12 since I'm using the 3 minute. I guess that would make sense as opposed to me using, well, No, I can still do 15. I like to stick with it. Yeah. If you're doing a 1 hour, you'll be doing a 4. So if I'm doing a 3, I would be doing a 12 minute as opposed to me doing this 15 minute. I just love the 15 though. I just love the 15. We're obviously going sideways, so just delete that and delete the one to the top as well because we're just going sideways until we get into that golden pocket, which is what I like to see. And let me see if I can't get us on that Solana versus Ethereum chart because it's beautiful. And I wish this computer would stop resetting my. Ay, 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 ay. Zcash back at 437. And Zcash be like, F around and find out. Let's see here. Let me find my charts. What do I have in here? I hope my assistant is working today. I hope he is. Let me see. I got to set that on VIX. And then the sad thing is I have to remember like what charts I had and what pain. Cause if I forget, then I can't get my settings back like I had it. Total 2. And we got to take a look at USDT dominance as well. All right, Solana versus Ethereum and others. But check out this Solana versus Ethereum chart. And see, I didn't even pay attention to, well, yeah, we're going to stay above that anyway. Solana versus Ethereum. Boy, that looks nice. And it looks like we may also be breaking out of, I'm just going to extend this one that way I don't have to redraw it. Yeah, nice breakout on Sol versus ETH. And you can tell too, like you can look at the chart and you can tell that this is the truth right here, boy. This is the truth right here. And I kept thinking we were probably going to get down here and tap into this 3 cents right here, about 4 cents. Thank goodness we didn't. We didn't even take out this low right here. So that looks good. That looks good. Let's go, so. Let's go, so. can delete. See if I want to delete that one. We had broke that previous low. This is our low now. This is our high now. All right. We must be creating a new pattern and we just broke out of something. Let's see. Somebody desperately want this price to go up. Let me see our order book. We still got more longs in the market than shorts at the moment. And at the moment, we're continuing not just this golden pocket, but also I'm just, I got that other one up there. You can see it. I was about to put a box on it, but it'll be too close to this one. So we also got this liquidity. Well, not liquidity, but this low in here that we're rejecting off of at the same time. Bullish 48. Bearish 45. And that's another reason why I'm holding out on the long position right now too. Is it's a lot more longs in the market right now. Still rejecting off of the 26 CMA as well. This was our rise that we broke down from, a rising structure. We got the breakdown from. Let me just add trend line to this. As well. And on my fib down here, I just added 0.816. Not that it really holds any relevance. Let me get rid of that. I just need to see that break. My bias is still to the downside for the moment. And the market could be holding us out until to open or until we get this news today on I don't know some crypto bills or something like that. 'Cause aside from that, we don't really have too much today. We do have average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. So we do have that at 8:30. That could be a catalyst right there. And then at 10, we have consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. So we do got some stuff for today. And we just been diverging through here, as you can tell. And the way I can tell, Well, actually, it didn't fire off anything in here, but we were kind of diverging in here um, with that rise that we got, the rising structure that was acting like it wanted to. That was that rising structure right here that we had. However, it needs to be drawn. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. We're at Chop City right now. The only way I can tell we're not Chop City is if I look at this 15-minute. But otherwise, we're Chop City. Where's this line coming from? I got a line that just popped up. I don't know where it's coming from, but let me get rid of it. Um, oh, that's my alert going off on SPY. Sorry. Spider alert. I probably should have been taking that short up there. Forgot. No. I said I was gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna sit out on that. I do still have my short open. I want the long because I want to bet against my short. Why do I got two here? No, I don't have. Let's see if this is going to give it to me. I was surprised last night looking at the MACD, and for some reason, if you're on like a 3-minute time frame and down, if the delta does not drop, but the delta will typically not drop below a -20. And when I noticed that it was staying, if it came close to it, that the price would pop back up. So I was trying to figure out something I can do with that. But it was interesting. If it did drop below that 20, then you started to see price action just kind of sell off a little bit faster. But if it held that 20, then it was just corrective and it bounced away from there. And that was it. Hmm. Just like, let me show you what I was looking at, show you an example of that. And let me take MACD itself off. Just stick with this delta and just drop this in here. I'm gonna put this on a -20. Yeah. So you can see like right here, it'll come close to the -20, and then it'll just, price action will pop. It'll move away from that. So even if the MACD kept going, it would move away from that. But you can see how if it was breaking this, then price action was just accelerating faster. It and for some reason the zero just wasn't the thing for it over here. And then there would be the reclaim, but most of the time it would come down towards 120, -20, and then and price would bounce away from that. That was quite interesting to me seeing that, and I saw it so repeatedly. You see how we're yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. And then price action slows down, and then it's probably going to try to hold it. But yeah, I just found that funny. I had even set an alert on it, but I deleted it because I didn't want that alert to be going off repeatedly while I'm streaming. And so when I would hear the alert, I'd be like, "Great position, pump or dump." I'm still just waiting on this golden pocket 786. I'm not touching it until I see price action gets down to here. If price action comes into this golden pocket or even this 786, will be would be in some relative weakness, and I like to play loans to the upside on relative weakness. We're still net negative too on the 15-minute time frame. Also, everything over here would just be basically a scalp position or something like that. Nice little inside bar, doji. I'm still waiting. Yeah, hitting these lows in here right now. It's not my cup of tea. I doubt we even hit 50 just yet. Yeah, we haven't even tapped that. Ignore that line. It seems like lately all we've been able to do is just play a range, and to be honest with you, it's no fun. Sometimes it is if the range is large enough, it's fun, but if the range is tight, then it's not. It's not really giving much. One day I'm gonna find some good music. I just really haven't worked on it, I guess. And my chart reset again. Huh, dang it. Oh my gosh. I guarantee you I got stopped out of my Zcash position and I did not re-enter. Oh, you know what? I'm just not realizing that. I did not even bother to look at it. It was just it had been sitting in the trade for so long. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna kick myself. Okay, no, I'm still in it. Even though we dropped back down towards that VWAP yesterday. Yesterday we were looking at Zcash. I was saying that that may have been the low just based on the historical data on it on the RSI that could have been the low for it. And if it did come down any lower, I said look for an SFP or something else we had put on the chart. But it held from there because I know it was the 618. I'm not gonna flip over to it right now because I can see Bitcoin is actually playing out that I'm not taking these right here. I was doing it too much yesterday, and so I'm trying to be patient before I jump into any of those. And I wanted that golden pocket. I realized I got stopped out of the Solana short position that I had been holding on to for a little while. Finally hit me out of that. Hmm. Hmm. Ethereum's a lot smoother to look at. Is it not showing too much strength at the moment? Check and see how many longs are in the market again. Still more longs than shorts. Obviously, the market really wants to go higher. The way we keep doing ridiculous stuff at the tops, I tell you the truth. It's like every time we get to a top, it just keeps attempting, keeps hammering at trying to break through, regardless of if we're bear diving, I'm sorry, rising wedges, bear diving, whatever it is. There is intent for us to go higher. And I still believe that we're going to get to about 98,000, maybe 103,000, something like that. 382, 50% retracement on the monthly time frame. I mean, it's all time frames, but it's just easier to reference by saying it monthly. I may have to draw that fib back in here. Another 60 EMA rejection, which is in line with where this 1 hour high is at, which I'm about to move. I can actually, let me see, wait till the last 10 seconds and move it. Go ahead and move the low up. And I don't know why I put 1 hour in here. I am so ridiculous. It's actually a 15-minute, if that makes sense. I should maybe make that lowercase then, right? I have no idea why I had that reading a 1 hour. And again, the structure hasn't changed. I'm just on a 3-minute time frame. So if you wanted to take some scalps, you can take the scalps. I only have it the long scalps open right now. I turned off the ones for the shorts because it's just kind of a little noisy in here, except for the one for this one right here. This one right here still give it out once it actually reaches a level beyond, or once it reaches the average level, it'll do something like that. But right now, we are still trending sideways. I literally bounced on the 15-minute time frame, but nothing that suggests that that time frame has flipped positive just yet. I can tell you basically what I am waiting on is for the 15-minute to claim above the 50 on the RSI on the mean. Outside of that, I mean, obviously you can see we got this nice little push right here to the upside. I'm just waiting on that because I know as long as we're below that at this point, we can put in bear divs and we can continue to come down. So that's all I'm waiting on. You still have a positive MACD on the 15-minute time frame. Um, and we'd already got, this big sell off right here where we got the reaction from. So that's all good. That's something I have to do today. I don't know what this song is doing. I'm just going to do this to see if we're bear diving against this high potential. Let me see if I can't eliminate some of my noise on this chart. Let's see. No, it seems impossible for me to do it. Okay, so I'm stuck with that. Let's see cash with the rising wedge. After having hit the 786, rejected. This is sad. Check back on Ethereum. Clearly still trending down. My gosh. And my Solana chart keeps resetting to Bitcoin chart every time I go to click back on the tab for Solana. I really don't know what's wrong with trading these sometimes. This is sadness, how much we've moved so far. We just got a few minutes before we do get average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate. And then after that, I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I will tell you again, I am looking to take a long position. I have just not opened one up yet until I can see clarity from the 15, 1 hour, and 4 hours since I got stopped out of my position. So I'm just sitting on my hands for that. But I am looking for a move to the upside at some point here, possibly today, if the 4 hour acts correct. If the 4 hour can hold this golden pocket level that we, down through here, then I'm happy to re-enter. Our golden pocket. I'm looking at this one right now, which would make the entry a little bit better, I guess. But as long as we hold here, I will be interested. I'm just going to let the market come back down one more time, though, or maybe I just have to enter late. It's the 4 hour for the most part. It looks nice. We're teetering. I mean, we're on the edge. Like we're sitting on the 200. Like 200 is in line with that golden pocket. So it's just kind of teetering here on whether or not Bitcoin is going to play this out or not. Another thing too, with this resistance level in here, because yesterday we were able to come in. I mean, we took the liquidity through here. And after that, you can see that it showed how easy it was for price action to get through this level. I don't think that this will hold again. There's a previous day low high sitting right here. I think that if we do see a breakout today, that we'll be taking out that previous day high, just because it struggled so much to get through here. And after it did this crazy nonsense that happened right here, it was so easy to move through here. And I was sitting here in real time watching it, so I know that much. Let's see if we have any confluence across this trend line right here. Let's see what the Bollinger Bands are looking like. We would if we actually did get a breakout. I'm surprised volatility isn't reading lower than this. But if we did get a breakout right here, then that would be legitimate. Let's see. Yeah, at least on this 5 minute, it is above the 200 back test. And let's see. Yeah, and then the 200 is running across here. Wish it was below this line and not above it, but doesn't mean it won't work. You know, if you wanted to do a breakout trade, there is some legitimacy to it being a breakout trade. And nothing changed on the daily to make me say trying to see what all this is. Nothing changed on the daily. I mean, we do still have this that looks like a bear flag. And again, I did cover this earlier right here. Like we're holding the 20 SMA from where we initially did get the break out of this, you know, this Bollinger squeeze into our resistance level here. If we lose that, we're also going to lose this first trend line through here. And you can just do that if you don't want to do the whole Bollinger noise on your chart, but it gives you numbers, which is why I'm looking at it. So if we are losing this one, right, losing the 20 SMA, then chances are that we would come down here to 80 by 87, 351 at the moment is what it reads. And that's this trend line right here, looking for this to hold. I mean, we don't have to have this on here. I could just say this with all of these lines instead, but it's just easier to try to find a number. And then, of course, our main trend line right here, which is from our channel. I mean, we could take the liquidity. We could. And this is from our channel right here. It's a rising channel. Which means I might have to do away with it if we do break this channel. It's not gonna be a good look. And then this was basically confirmation of whatever that other breakout was. I hate to draw stuff like that. I might have to. No, that ain't it. This one confirmation of that. It wasn't even confirmation of this one. I mean, but right now it is above this 200, and you can see that we were going sideways after we made our high and broke below it, and finally we're back above it. That's a positive. It's a positive until we come back and back test it, and if we don't hold, because both of these are sitting right here with the channel line right here. Oh gosh, it looks like I missed that. It looks like momentum is picking up on this 15-minute time frame, and I just sat on my hands and said I wasn't going to take that trade, and it's about to invalidate that bear div, that potential bear div. Dang it, it's okay. If you did take this long, now it's at a place where I'd be looking to short, but I can't touch it just yet. Cause that was yeah. Let me draw that fib back in here, just in case it's going to the 786. Yeah, it might try to get up there. And broke through this trend line for now. But this is a 3-minute time frame. If it was on a higher time frame, it could just be like a wick or something like that. But it got through there. Stay positive. We're teetering right now on the edge of whether or not this breakthrough is gonna I mean, dang, 15-minute. Because we're taking out this high. I'm gonna have to do a late entry. I didn't take that one, and I didn't take this one, so I'm gonna have to do a late entry. If this is the case, we still got like 15 minutes. This data comes out. 3-minute is at the 200 EMA. It's just a matter of that 3-minute breaking that 200 too. Oof. What is this? 28. Again, from here, my focus is on this one right here. Even if this turns down, if this stays positive, then the trade can, I mean, it can continue to try to grind higher. And 15-minute, wasn't feeling it. I'm still really not feeling it. But I did note that I didn't see anything really wrong with the RSI, so I wanted to wait until we got above the 50 on the RSI. That's the only thing for me. I'm waiting for the 15-minute to break above the 50. And not on the a 50 on a 28 look on a 28 period, not a 14. because on a 14, it's actually I have it on a 7 right now. I have it on a 7. Let me see. Yeah, it's a 52 there. This is different. So it's a 56 here. And this is different. So all three are different. But I mean, I'm still going to have to wait. And I just looked at the legitimacy of this breakout. Let me see. I just looked at that. And I said something about the EMA right here too, didn't I? I said I would like for it to be inside of this thing, but what was that? And so now, yeah, once it gets through that, let me hide that. You're gonna get a lot of signals when you're range bound, but it doesn't look rangy on this 3 minute right here. Let's see what happens. Oh, I will tell you. Well, let me see. This could just be the first one, and then it comes back and it keeps going up because I do like so far. I gotta move this. I tell you what, we flipped this 200. I'm gonna get in there, and I'm not talking about the candle itself. It's FOMO. Frickin' FOMO. Gotta wait though. Gotta wait. Really, now that it fired off this signal, if it's breaking it, then it's strong. I don't even have to look at nothing else. Right now. It disappeared anyway. Momentum didn't proceed. We're above the 100 at least on the 15-minute time frame. Came above the 100 once price action broke through this trend line right here. Came up to 100. Now 200 is sitting right here with the 786 right here, which 786 is the lighter blue color, and that's the 0.816. But the 200 is sitting right here. Not this, not the EMA 200. The other 200 is sitting up there. I think I missed a boat. I think I may have traded too much yesterday. I'm kind of, I don't know, chill. We will get a cool off on this pump right here, and then I can look at entering. Dang it. No golden, no, not another time on the golden pocket. That double bottom did it. Double bottom might have done it. 7 minutes now until we get that news data. Liquidity. Oh, take it from this high. Might leave it as a bear div. It might. No. Can this be a bear div? No, it can't be a bear div off of that high. It can't be a bear div off of this high. Yeah, it's not going to be a bear div off of that high. Can it be a bear div right here? It can be a bear div off of this high. But I probably shouldn't take that into account. Anyway. It looks good. Let me see if it has to follow through. Wait on the bear dip to come in. But as long as, again, like, I mean, we can always V-shape recover to the downside. Um, I tend to ignore the noise when it's like this. Just let it keep going up, to be honest with you, because it's going to break this. It's probably going to get into this 786, and it might even expand even further. But we're still on the 15-minute. We're still below 200. We're still below all of our moving averages. Doesn't mean that we can't break them. I'm just saying that we are still below them. Top and tail candle, unless it's invalidated. I knew the data just came out. Look at that. Look at that. We hit that resistance right at that. I mean, this is, yeah. We hit that 200 in here. Let's see what they're gonna do, because lots of volatility right now. I'm not in the chop, so as long as they don't touch my short. Beautiful. Beautiful. That was our golden pocket. 1 hour golden pocket too. Beautiful. Oh, there it is. That 1 hour GP. Beautiful. See if we're gonna leave behind some bullish divergence after this. Gotta let that candle close. Let me move this. I can do away with this now. I don't think that's necessary. If we're closed above here, then we're putting in some bullish divergence. If we close below this right here, close above it, I'm sorry, if we're closing above it, we're putting in bullish divs. I'm not messing with that chop. That's a trader's dream, though. So we did get the close above there, which means there's some bullish divergence in here at the moment until invalidated. And probably try that wick again. Let's see what they're gonna do. Candle's about to close. It's about to validate this bull div. I think that was a bull div too. Let me see. Yeah, about to validate that bull div. Yep. What I would start to look for, because it looks like they're gonna squeeze price up now. Because I mean, just because I can see the bullish divvy down through here. So every time it starts to break down right here, you're gonna see more and more bullish divvies in here. I just started to watch for something like we did the last time, which was how we put in a rising structure and look for that to break down if you're feeling bearish. If you're feeling bearish, okay, so that's a nice cross up on that 200 EMA right there. So we'll see. We'll see. Nice cross up on the 200 and see if we hold it, or if we're going to start building out some sort of a flag. We start printing this repeatedly, then, you know, then we'll probably be flagging. But otherwise, I have no quarries about it as long as this one right here stays positive. Even when we break here, this kind of confirms whether or not we're going to put in a bear div or bull div or what we're going to do when we start to break them in here. But we're holding high above in here. So in this chop. Let me check on the Bollinger. Let me turn that off. That little breakout. Yeah, I mean, looks fine to me. You have to ignore these signals in here. Uh, this that looks okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a squeeze. Bear div at the high, bull div at the low. It's a squeeze. I'm gonna drop this because it's gonna be a lot of noise simply because it's got some sort of pattern. It's probably building out. Broadening formation. Let me see what that did for Ethereum. Yeah, nice little pop came through for Ethereum as well. That's what we got for ETH this hue. I mean, more reactive than Bitcoin right now. Solana ain't doing nothing. Solana ain't doing nothing. Solana got a bear div right here unless it's invalidated. Bear div. It just goes to show the importance of having a stop loss. At least with a stop loss, you can re-enter a trade. You can't re-enter if you're getting wiped out. And this blue box was prior support. So hopefully, I don't know if we're trying to flip this into resistance or not, but it was prior support. I'll turn it red for now. If we get above it, then I'll adjust it. Maybe the volatility is over with and we can get actual direction. You know, things will slow back down a little bit and be a little easier to manage a trade. It's 4 hours just waiting. Not confirmed yet, but 4 hour when it feels like it. We're just waiting, rating right around our mean right now to get that break to the upside. Positive delta in the purple there, close to some sort of a momentum shift in here if we're getting above that 50 and close to the 20 SMA in here as well. As I know for sure, I don't want to distract you too much from this chart. You got more data, but I don't think the rest of it is going to make the charts act like it did just then. And let me see what it was. See how did we do. I got something stuck on my chart. Hold on. Unemployment claims came in. Hold on, not unemployment claims. We're on the 9th, are we not? Was my chart on something else? My chart was on something. My chart was on something else. It sure was. Hold on, let me put this on today. Okay. Today is January 9th. Okay. I was about to say. Average hourly earnings came in as expected. Non-farm employment change came in lower than forecast. Forecast was 66K, came in 50K. Unemployment rate came in pretty good, 4.4%. Forecast was a 4.5%. All right, and so your next date is going to be at 10. What does it all mean? Hmm. What does it all mean? Bitcoin chopping people up. Now it's time for the ugly part, whether or not they're going to invalidate the bear div in here, but whether or not they're going to squeeze his price up higher because of the bullish divvies down through here, and then it'll come back up, and then some more bear divs, and then eventually we'll go in the true direction of the market. So that's not confusing. I'm just going to take that away and see if we're going to reject there, if we're going to break through. This is why I just stay out. If you weren't already in a long position, I would stay out. If you didn't take, I mean, like you would have been, yeah, you had to have a stop and got stopped out or something like that. I don't know how close your stop loss would have been on this right here, but yes, I'm not too keen on shorting when this is up here anyway. And the closer it gets to this line, now I'll rethink that. You know, but ugh. By the time it comes back, if it comes back up here and takes out, I mean, you know what? I got nothing. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I got nothing. I need to go. I need to go. So with that said, because I was supposed to be out of here at 8 o'clock, but I try to let the charts do something. It's Friday. It's Friday. Just wait for your pattern to finish building out, and then whatever it's gonna do, because that's what's happening in here right now. It's just building out a pattern as it hits resistance, as it holds support, and that happens when you're trapped between support and resistance too. 4 hour RSI still rising. I mean, not 4 hour, but 15 minute. I don't know why I keep coming over here. 15 minute RSI still rising. Let me drop that. This one right here on the 15 minute. This one is still rising. This one is trying to get that cross above here. Um, it almost found success with this candle right here. So it could be on the verge of that. And then, like I said, for me personally, whenever it's up here like this, I don't care what trend. Like, see how I put in that bull div right here? That's what it's doing right now on that 3 minute time frame. Is it putting in a bull div just like it did over here? And when I see that and I see this up here, I just leave it alone. As long as it's holding here, then it's going to continue, in my opinion. And then whatever pattern is building now, that pattern will eventually break down, just like it broke down right here. Now, in this case, this probably needed to be moved. The pattern may have shifted or something like that, to where, let's just say I had to draw the line like this right here or something like that. And then you can see how everything just comes together at that point. You can see this continuing to trend down, your RSI continuing to trend down. And yeah, break and bake. So yes, this is coming up now. Hmm. That's what we had across here. That'll make my life a lot easier. Yep, that's exactly it. We're squeezing. I'm gonna drop this on there. We're squeezing. I'm gonna move this one to that. Look at that, baby. Look at that, baby. Look at that rise. Look at that rising wedge. Look at that rising wedge. And so every now and then, these will break to the upside. Uh-huh. Every now and then they will. I like how we're respecting this resistance in here. Just trying to think. I'm gonna keep sitting on my hands for now. Not feeling comfortable. I'm gonna go ahead and move these for where it's currently sitting at now. Uh-oh. This is our little tight range at the moment. Yes, it did. Good or bad? I mean, it moved the market a little bit. Let me see what the 30-second looked like. I gotta move this trend line since it's pretty much in range with the rising wedge. I'm just gonna take it off the chart for now. Yesterday I was doing this. I told you, and I was on this 30-second time frame, and every time, as soon as the white line popped out, I was sitting there waiting to pull the trigger, stop loss to entry, and I had a lot of fun. It was like being at the casino. It's really what it was. Slot machine trading. It's just pure slot machine trading. It was win after win after win after win until that big spike came out of nowhere yesterday. I FOMO on that spike, and then it pumped up real quick, and I wasn't fast enough for that. I wasn't fast enough for that one, and I got stuck. I got stuck on that one for a second because the way I was doing it is as soon as the line would pop out, I would take the entry. I wouldn't set the stop loss immediately because I knew I had time. As soon as it moved away from my price, that was when I set it. Like there were times where I set the stop loss before entering. I just told, gave it like a little small margin, small little loss, maybe like $2, like risk of $2, something like that, just in case it did come back against me. But I did not do it on that one candle that did like we did today, and that one got me. I got comfortable. This is the one I don't have on. Let me see. It's kind of late, but at least I can see when the squeeze is happening. Let me check that 15. See if anything changed. Just holding that support. Trying to hold that support anyway. Yeah, this is where I start to ignore this right here. I start to ignore this below here like that. If it comes back up, then great. I start to ignore that unless price action is able to reclaim the prior one or take out the high from the one that it was showing had the strength. This is why I start to ignore all the noise until it does that. Now this right here would have got me probably. This one right here. So it's better. But I'd rather go with this right here. If it comes back up this, then I would take a long on it. Um, but you're at this trend line down here, trying to hold the trend line. You see that right here? We're trying to hold this trend line right here. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm still short term bearish until we get down to golden pocket or something. Then after that, and that's why I took us off of this one right here. All this thing on noise. It'd be fun for a while, and then eventually it's gonna get you. Eventually it's gonna get you. That's the second time it did it, and it failed. It's going down. We're bear diving, and that's where I start to look at that. Yeah, we're bear diving. Nice. Want to ignore this? That's my suggestion, to ignore it. Yeah, ignore it. And we broke the 200 EMA. Broke the 200 EMA, and then we broke the trend line at the same time. What was that? It's that thing about that MACD I was saying. Like it's not been going below this negative 20. This is corrective. That's what I've gathered from it. That when it does that, it's corrective, and then it flips purple like this right here. And I want to see it come back up 200. I mean to zero. Come back up to zero. Be late, but nonetheless, I don't subscribe to that. Yeah. I need to take that off, but I need to take that off. Ignore that. Ignore all of that. Let me take that off so you don't get caught up on the false signal right now, because it is a false signal right now. Let's see who's in control of this market right now. A lot of longs in the market. Which usually isn't a good thing. market's about to open too. It ended up being one whole bear div. But if it gets above this high, it'll invalidate the bearish divergence. So I can drop that now. This would have been the back test and entry. I couldn't with that. Well, maybe. Let me see what you're gonna do. Yeah, it's not getting up there right now. That's cool. Five minutes till market opens. I just like to say thank you for stopping by today. I know it's a Friday. I know that there's not as much liquidity in the market right now, and especially on a Friday. But I am down to crypto TA. I do this thing now from 6 a.m. I'm supposed to do it until 8, but I tend to run over and I say goodbye to you about 50 times because that's just how I am. And and I enjoy looking at the charts. So please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I don't stream on weekends, but if it's worth it, maybe going forward, I will do that. I'm actually working right now on weekends, so it's cutting into my time a bit. Let's see what kind of strength we find if we manage to get through this high, and if we're going to bear div or not in the process. I slick entered with a stop, real close. My stop is pretty close. I actually entered when we crossed up right here, when these two crossed each other. Since I'm on such a low time frame, I figured I'd give it a shot with that instead of here. So may get stopped out, may break up. We'll see. I won't hold it for long if it does, but right now it's not, right now I'm not sure if I like this. We're just on the inside. Of course, you see 15-minute high is there, 15-minute low is here. So it is an inside bar right now. That is rising momentum. So I got too many lines in here already. I'm not going to add anything else. But from here to here, we didn't come back. And that candle just kind of, yeah, it's rising. I should probably pull this. Put that there instead. Still inside, because that's the high right there. So we're still ranging inside this candle. New candle just opened. That means I get to modify my high to there. Modify my low. Sorry. To there. Got some alerts going off. I did not go over the stocks today. I just got an alert on SoundHound. We talked about that yesterday on the stream, and unfortunately, I misrepresented myself today. That looks nice and juicy right there. Bitcoin. And this is how my gambling went yesterday. I think I got to move the low on this pattern on the rising wedge. I think that might have to be moved, but let me see if it. Oh yeah, market open and they decided to send it down a little bit. A little bit. That candle right there stopped me out. And I assure you, I took no L on that. All right, enough of this because I'll be gambling. I need to get out of here. I appreciate you. It's 30 seconds how you gambling. That's why I should have stayed right here. You had one time, and just let it ride. Let me drop this. Be over trading. I would like for prices to either just leave this range. Like this range thing is it's annoying. All right, I might leave that there for myself for later or something. I'll be waiting. Take that away. We're still trading below 200 here on the 15-minute, like I was saying earlier. That was my one attempt right there at doing, my one attempt right there. Just because I felt like it. I got to stay off of that 30-second. It gets me. It didn't come back into this. So I'm still interested. If we come in here and we'll hold it, that's what I'll be looking for. No, not this one. No, this wasn't it, was it? No, because we already did this. Which means if we came back down, we probably wouldn't respect this. And we'd be looking lower. Thank you. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Got some more data coming out at 10. And I'll see you.